Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. We have a ton to cover in this video. Katie Thurston did a 2-hour live stream on her Instagram last night and talked about a ton of things. Katie spills all the tea. She says don't settle when it comes to the question about what she got out of dating Blake or being engaged to Blake, how it feels to be living alone in San Diego now, and so much more. I'm going to play a few clips. I'm going to read the full recap, and I'm going to share that all with you. Do me a favor. Go to my Instagram and follow me over there at DNeals for stand-up comedy clips, tour dates, all that stuff. I've got a show Monday night at the Hollywood Improv. And also, don't forget, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. We're inching our way to 50,000. When we get to 50,000, I'm going to show with you. I'm going to open this with you guys. Hip hip hooray to 50K. Getting some great fan mail from you guys. Thank you all so much for all the love and generosity. And let's get right into it. A quick update from yesterday's video about Greg Rippo and Andrew Spencer going to the Drew Barrymore show. I said my favorite Drew Barrymore movie was Wedding Crashers. That is a good movie. That is one of my favorite movies, but my favorite Drew Barrymore movie is Wedding Singer and 50 First Dates. So just update on that one. Now the question would be, what's my favorite Drew Barrymore movie that's not an Adam Sandler movie? Because Adam Sandler's his own lexicon of brilliance. But anyway, that's that. Wanted to give you guys an update. Got a lot of comments on that, and we'll get into it. So first, let's hear what Katie has to say about this whole 12 days of exes she's doing.
All right, I'm committed to it. I'm officially going to do what I'm nicknaming 12 Days of Messiness, because naming songs from Taylor's new album with Guys for My Season is sure to get messy. But I love messy. Right?
We love messy. So here's Messy, 12 Days of Messy, Never Getting Back Together. So that's the song I can't play it. Taylor Swift, We're Never Getting Back Together. That's the song for Blake, day one. What she's gonna have for Greg, and I get knocked down again, but I get knocked down, but I get up again, and I'm okay, whatever. The 90s or early 2000s, whatever that was. And while we are early into 12 Days of Messy, this is all in good fun. In a celebration of Taylor Swift, it's only going to get more chaotic. Oh boy, because someone said, "Hey, so it's false to say there was love and respect in the breakup." She actually says, "No, Blake and I text. We text back and forth. We're friends. Blah blah blah." So maybe that's the case. But Blake's been ultra quiet about the breakup. And hey, look, for everyone that said, oh, Katie's season was a bust. No, I think this season should be judged based on drama and growth. And I think there's a lot of growth happening. It's just not side by side, but that's okay. Sometimes growth happens in the darkness, in the abyss, and maybe that's the direction Katie's going to have to go. So I'm going to play for you guys 2 clips that I recorded from her live stream, which is no longer up. So the first clip is at the 1:16 mark. I'll just start playing it right here. And then I'll play a clip from the 5-minute mark.
What's your biggest lesson you learned from your relationship with Blake? Well, that's a very good question.
Great lighting. Looking great, Katie. Nice hair.
Don't settle.
Don't settle, she says. Biggest advice, breaking news. She says, don't settle. I wrote breaking news. Ah, how funny is that? I didn't even know it. I was a passenger in a car. You saw the Google map. That is so funny that I wrote breaking news right there. Oh, boy. Anyway, that was for me. I forgot about that when I screen recorded this. All right, let's go to the 5-minute mark here and see the second part of what she's got going on. Again, a little sloppy on my recording skills.
Where do you drive? Why are you trying to kill me? No, anyway. Tag me in your vision board. Okay, so this part's actually wild. This is, and again, I'm gonna read the recap that some good people on Reddit made. So I'm gonna read the recap about everything. So stick around for that. That's gonna cover all what she says about her other exes, who she's still in touch with, a lot about Blake, all those types of things. But this was the end of her live stream. And someone says, check your door. John Hersey says, check your door. And then everyone in the comments like, check your door. And she starts freaking out. Here's mine for now. I'm gonna keep working on it. Check your door. Check your door. What?
Creepy, huh?
Please hold. I don't know how to feel about this. What?
Turn my Google Maps off. So there she is with a barren living room. The cat walks by. How funny is this?
Okay, what did I miss? Okay, I'm so scared right now. First of all, who said check your door? John?
John? I love the Katie hands.
Okay, What the hell?
By the way, I don't know this, but I would assume Katie had braces because I feel like anyone that's had braces used to cover their mouth a lot, and now she has great teeth now. But I'm just guessing that because I know, like, I used to not smile too much. So when you smile, you don't want people to see.
What is happening? How did I miss this? Okay, do I open this?
Open it.
Do I open this right here?
Open it when I get to 50,000 subscribers. Look at the comments coming in.
Okay, I'm doing it. I don't know what this is. Oh, I do know what this is. Oh my god.
Open it. Open it. Open it. Open it.
Wow.
Sex toy.
I'm sorry, I did not expect this on my live.
There it is.
It's a wine glass. He told me I could put my wine glasses in the dishwasher. And I was like, I don't think I can.
Oh my god.
All right, so John gave her a wine glass.
And then it broke.
Because she broke a wine glass.
1 out of 4 broke.
It's a nice wine glass.
So, he bought me a new one. Oh my god. Well, perfect time for this to end so I can call him and say thank you.
John Percy shooting his shot. Boy, John. Hey, maybe they're friends, maybe they're not. We'll have to see. We will have to see. All right, so she ends her live stream there, and she gives John a call. Maybe a lap. Who knows? What do you do? You know what I mean? It's a friendly gift. All right, here we go. Written recap. Okay, Vision Board 2022. Katie has a large glass of red wine that she finishes over the course of 2 hours. We can't see it, but spread out is her blue poster board full of magazine cutouts. Katie says she will be posting a picture of it later, but during the live, she showed cutouts that include the words upgrade and honest, hottest sex of my life. Mood in the beginning of the live, Katie is very hyper and gives off zero flip energy, but by the end, Katie is very sad and trying not to cry and failing until a certain someone cheers her up, John, with that sweet moment. On Us Weekly sources, Katie gets very animated, explaining that all the sources claiming to know her in the U.S. are 100% fake. She says Us Weekly always sends the quotes to her for a response, and she can tell by the quotes that the source is no one who knows her personally. She claims she has never talked about wanting to find a husband to any of her friends, and that her friends would tell her if they were speaking to newspapers. She gives an example of Brett Vergara, who not only asked her permission, but was directly quoted in the article instead of remaining anonymous. So she basically says every single one of those articles is fake. Unless I'm the source, what do I know? I'm not the source. No one's contacting me to be the source. I want to be the source, but I also, you guys know me. If I'm going to be the source, I'm going to be credited. Dave Neal Power Recapper on the road to 50,000 subscribers wants everyone to follow his Patreon. 12 Days of Messiness, Katie explains that she is embracing being messy and being a troll. She almost yells, the internet flips with me, so I'm going to flip with the internet. This is her way of explaining why she will be spending the next 12 days matching songs from Taylor Swift's Red to the guys from her season. Which, by the way, this would be great promotion for Taylor Swift's album if Taylor Swift's people were paying Katie to do this, but Taylor Swift's so big, why would she be doing that? And as we know, Taylor Swift had to re-record her album because Justin Bieber's manager, Scooter Braun, bought the album sort of like without her ability, and so she has no rights to her own music. Correct me if I'm wrong there. So anyway, this is Blake's. This is the song she dedicated to Blake. We're never, ever getting back together. You go talk to your friends. Okay, boy, I can't sing. Talk to my friends, talk to me, but we are never, ever, ever, ever getting back together. Together. We called it off again last night, but this time I'm telling you, we're never, ever, ever getting back together. Please hit the like button, so this can do well in the algorithm. All right, back to the story. Back to the story at hand. On Tommy, her cat. Part of the reason why Katie gets so emotional during the live is because Tommy is sick. He got bad results from the vet earlier in the day, and Katie is afraid he might have cancer. Oh, that's terrible news. I'm just reading this for the first time. All right, thoughts and prayers to Tommy. Katie's, By the way, I mentioned this before, but Katie was the first person to text me out of everybody I know when Boone had to go to the emergency vet for surgery when his stomach flipped and he had to get emergency surgery. First person to text. Very thoughtful of Katie, and she understands what it means to have that bond with that bond with your animal, who loves you unconditionally. Justin joins the live. A viewer asked Katie what her favorite unseen moment was from the show, and she says it was with Justin right before hometowns because they were so hyper. Justin joins the live. Katie brings out a present she wanted to give him when he came to LA. She never got to give it to him because he didn't go to San Diego. Of the unseen moment, Justin says they didn't want to show the laughs. The gift Katie presents is from their one-on-one date when they were serenaded by Max the singer. Max gives him a big blue butterfly preserved in glass. The gift, Justin says, going Gonna have to go out to the West Coast soon. He definitely seemed interested in reconnecting with Katie in a friendlier way. Oh, friendly, all right. Yeah, I mean, isn't it wild? You get so romantically close to someone, and then afterwards, why don't they ever hook up again, or do they? On being friends with men from her season, Katie says she feels protective of the men because only jokingly refers to them as exes. John and Garrett created a group chat with her, and they then named Week 2 Losers. Katie clarifies she had nothing to do with the name. On being friends with women from Matt's season, she says her friends are Alana, Jasenia, Anna, Cassandra, Rachel, and Sydney. She also acknowledges that Alana and Jasenia are not friendly. Other people from Matt's season sometimes message her, but it's all very surface level. I'm thinking Kit might be an example. She mentions how it's weird that she's kept in touch with Rachel, but hasn't spoken to Matt at all. You know, I'm sure Matt doesn't want to talk to his own exes. You know what I mean? That makes sense. On Caitlyn, Tayshia, Claire, and Michelle, Katie worships Caitlyn and looks up to her as a role model. Bristow says she's wants to model the next 5 years for life after Caitlyn's one night during filming. She and Caitlyn stayed up late eating junk food and singing. On Tayshia, I don't remember the exact language, but Katie compares her to something like goddess or someone who's like so famous. On Claire, Katie says she texted her to hang out after the breakup, but that Katie already had friends over that evening. Katie then says she needs to text her back. Katie says she is not watching Michelle's season because she has been busy and going through a lot, but that she still supports Michelle. She says Michelle is happy. I can say that. Oh, I'm sure. Why would you want to watch someone else's season immediately following your season when all of your breakup is still fresh and all that? On the Bachelorette group chat, Katie spills that all the Bachelorettes are planning a get-together in 2023, and Katie says she really likes all of them. Wow, that'll be a fun one to cover. All the Bachelorettes getting together. On John Hersey, Katie says she sent John home because he treated their one-on-one time like an interview and gave her Matt James-like responses to her answers. She says that meeting him in the real world was completely different. More on this later. John is, of course, present and very active throughout the live, but Katie keeps missing his comments. She assumes he wasn't on at first because he was at work right before the live ended. John told everyone to tell Katie to check her door. We showed that part. On Michael A., Katie says a couple times because people kept asking that she and Michael A. have messaged a few times. She has some more interesting thoughts about him later on. On Thomas, when asked how she feels about Thomas, Katie says she can only go on his relationship with Becca. She says since Becca is happy, she can only assume that Thomas is treating her well. She emphasizes again that her experiences with people on the show were not as real as her experiences outside of the show. On Greg, Katie says they have only spoken once since the show ended. The last time she saw him, boy, each one of these topics could be its own video. The last time she saw him on After the Final Rose, when asked if she thinks he's a good person, her answer in a nutshell was, I don't know because I don't know Greg. But she says that she respects Andrew and Justin's judgment, so if they like him, then he's probably a good guy. Hey, that's a very, good way to put it, I feel like I didn't get to know the real version, but if these guys who I trust like him, then he's probably a good guy. On BIP, Katie answers this question at least 3 times, emphatically claiming she will never, ever, never, ever, ever go on Bachelor in Paradise. Or throws her head back and laughs as she explains why. She also hinted at the edit her friend Alana got this past summer. She says, and of course the edit being she got sent home right away because of this idea post-Brendan and Piper that they were there for the wrong reasons. She says now Alana is now dating Chris Conran. They're together. I think they moved to Colorado. Who knows? Too much to follow. I need a map. She says she's heard other horror stories from friends who went on the show. She doesn't judge the process if it works for others, but says it wouldn't work for her because of the unpredictability surrounding the date cards and the superficial nature of the one-on-one dates. When asked if the show is real, Katie says it is 100% real and that she and the other contestants all say real things given the information they had. She then says she's just going to leave it at that, which brings me to, first of all, I think Katie would go on Bachelor in Paradise. I respect that she doesn't think she would now, but hey, it's a business. You know what I mean? If you got to go on Bachelor in Paradise next year to sort of like keep the, keep throwing coal in the old Bachelor train, I respect that. So, never say never. On dating, Katie says she wants to find something in the real world. Breaking news, Katie's going to be on Real World, San Diego. She's not opposed to dating anyone from Bachelor Nation or from her own season as long as it happens organically. She says she's more than ready to move on and start dating again. She says she was sad for a while, but that she is okay and happy to start a new chapter. Mentions the Taylor Swift song, Begin Again. On queer baiting, Katie gets asked if she still likes men. She's hesitant to answer. She says because she's been accused of queerbaiting in the past. She then says, but anyone who knows me and has seen me around San Diego out in the bars knows the answer to that. She appears to imply that she's been having some sort of romantic contact with women at bars in San Diego. We'll have to say about that. On Blake, I mean, that's a lot, that's a lot to imply. On Blake, all right, this is where it gets good, folks. Oh boy, this is where it gets good. You guys ready? You guys ready to get good? Let's do it. By the way, does anyone have any friends or family who work at Disney World? I'm going to be going there and I need help. I need to try to get reservations for a big family reunion at T-Rex. This would make my family's life. That or any other fun restaurants. If anyone works at or knows any connections at Disney World, hit me up, please. You can't just make those reservations online. You need to know somebody. Get me a maitre d' on the phone. All right, if you know anything about that, maybe you can help me out. Just DM me on Instagram at dneals. All right, on Blake, on Dasha, on Danza, on Vixen, on Blake, on Dasha, on Danza, on Blisson, on Blake. All right, I'm short, so okay. This is where it gets good, folks. She answers a lot of questions about Blake, even though people were asking the same questions. Why did you and Blake break up? Oh, it must be so annoying. But why, though? Like, what actually happened over and over? Katie, you need an assistant. You need someone to read all the questions and then give you the new ones as they come in, because I'm sure it gets redundant. Well, what's up with Greg Grippo? Just shut up already. I told you. But why, though? Like, what actually happened over and over? She clearly wants to say more than she has so far. There were many moments when she spoke about Blake without it explicitly being about him. Why did she and Blake break up? Katie keeps saying that she has no more details to give beyond they tried it in the real world and it didn't work and that they couldn't keep forcing it anymore. She explains more than once, I'm not sure what people aren't getting here, but also says later that she's explaining the breakup as vaguely as possible. She has something to the effect of, if something isn't working in your life, isn't making you happy, why would you keep doing it? She claims both she and Blake came to an agreement that it wasn't working, but implies that she was the one who finally pulled the plug. My thoughts with all that, it's like, I understand if a relationship's not working, quit feeding it, but sometimes you need to try different things. But if they aren't willing to move together or whatever, if you don't see, look, the relationship can start quick and end faster. Was distance really the reason? Katie clarifies that even though distance was a problem, the primary problem that they had was that long distance requires a certain level of unique effort and that a relationship needs to be watered. You get me? She then compares the relationship to a dead rose. I mean, maybe this is because he was in Africa and, it's probably hard enough to get your Instagram stories out when you have the right Wi-Fi and you're in this, you're in the Serengeti or wherever he was, Kenya. What was the real reason for the breakup? Katie says that falling in love on the show is one thing, but the people are a different way on TV and a different way in real life. She says after the show that she got to know the real Blake, that Blake got to know the real her. She gets cut off because Tommy starts making a strange noise behind her, but she continues to heavily imply that she didn't really know Blake when they got engaged, and once they got to know each other, things changed. Yeah, in real life, you got to go to the bathroom, you got to check your Instagram, you got to go do errands. I mean, real life's boring. You got to schedule date night. Would she date a guy who didn't love cats? Katie says there would be no point to dating a guy who didn't love cats, but you could date a guy that ends up loving cats, right? The guy's got to be open to loving cats. He can't be a cat hater. Like, I don't like cats, but if Tasha loved cats, I'd be a cat guy. I now love Basset Hounds and Harry Potter. What can you do? You get engaged, you get a Harry Potter one. This is life, folks. What house am I? I'm house whipped. Is that a house whipped? All right. That's love. Blake got to know. Okay, so do Katie and Blake keep in touch? Katie says that she and Blake still message each other on a friendly level with a positive mindset. She then confessed that Blake messaged her that very day to tell her she did a good job on her first influencer ad. Oh, how sweet. That's very sweet. I get the impression that their relationship is very surface level at this point. What lesson did Katie learn most from her relationship with Blake? Katie says that's a great question, takes a few moments to ponder, and then says with a smile, never settle. We already played that clip. The song We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together comes in the background. Katie says she will be dedicating the song to Blake tomorrow. We showed that. How does Katie overcome loneliness? In response to this question, Katie begins reflecting on her house in San Diego, which she says is now too big for me because it has 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, mentions how Tammy might move in with her. Interesting. She then gets emotional when talking about how San Diego's home now. She begins to tear up about how she wasn't expecting to live there alone. To deflect, she begins asking everyone to put rainbow emojis in the comments to signal that other people were actually working on the vision board and not just waiting for her to flip up and say something she shouldn't say. My thought with this, Katie, take that second bedroom and go nuts designing your own Instagram live shrine so that you have a nice place to go to so that you can keep on talking to your audience. Hey, what do I know? What do I know, right? That's, but I think that's a good idea. Let me know. I got a green screen guy. So then people said a lot. Thanks for recapping. John showing up at our apartment is so sweet. Really like how you organize this. So a lot of thanks to the people who wrote this summary. So thank you so much for that. Thanks for the detailed recap. Nice to see that she's dialed back on her comments about some of the guys. It's funny that Justin and Andrew were on her live while they're with Greg. She's always appeared to have a great relationship with Justin post-show, so this interaction seems sweet. Listen, they all met and broke up this same year. It's all so fresh. I, too, find Katie really entertaining, although I would probably dislike her in real life. You don't know that. Also, for whatever, you would absolutely like her in real life. Also, for whatever reason, I'm just very nosy about this particular breakup. You know, having got the chance to know Katie, to the level that I do, I think she's not overbearing. She's not needy. She's very well. She's entertaining and can totally hang in multiple different conversation aspects. She's just she's one of the gang. She's a good soul. She didn't expect to live in San Diego alone. Obviously, she picked San Diego because she wanted it and thought she could get Blake to move there. Yeah, well, that's what you do. If you got to move somewhere that's near the entertainment hub of the world. That's got good weather. Like, why not? Dude, it's pretty clear her and John are a thing. As someone else mentioned, guy friends don't just randomly bring you gifts to your doorstep. Yeah, they do. But I understand they could be a thing, but it also could just be like a good friendship, That absolutely could be the thing. The recap I never knew I needed, but I'm so glad I received. All right, folks, so that's that. That's everything you need to know. Let me know what you guys think. We're at 21 minutes. Got a lot of other content coming your way. I have a live stream tomorrow morning on Patreon at 8:30 a.m. Patreon.com/Dave Neal, where I'm going to, that's where I will go to really share a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff. But honestly, yesterday I shared maybe more than I should have on my Facebook, although I don't regret the conversation, but I went live yesterday at lunch for a quick lunchtime chat, and I'm itchy. I'm growing that mustache for this. I'm gonna shave this probably on Tuesday, probably during the live stream. Let me know if I should do that. I'm gonna shave the beard during the live stream and just go full mustache. But if you guys want to check this out, I've got the Dave Neal's community here, and I've got a video somewhere. Here's the video, testing Facebook Live. I did a 30-minute conversation about some of the behind-the-scenes things that have happened on my channel. It's a little bit of drama and some gossip if that's what you want, but I should say don't treat it as gossip. It's just the inner workings, how the sausage is made type of stuff going on my channel. So go to Dave Neal's community over there if you want to check that out. All right, folks, have a fantastic Friday. More content coming your way. If you are sticking around, I will see you then. Cash that check, homie. Talk to you later. Bye, everybody.